What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Juggalo972 here, and welcome to Ask Juggalo972. Man, I've been doing this since, 2014, 2015? Man, never seems to change, though, but I always have fun doing this, so let's get right into it. My boy, Craig Chan asks, any new music from either ICP or Twiztid or any other group that you're looking forward to being released in the future? You know, I need to get around to listening to Woe the Weeping Weirdo from ICP. Out of the newest Joker cards, though, the lore is probably one of the most interesting out of all of them. Then again, ICP, the way I believe they're kind of the tail end of their career at this point too. So I want to see, just how further and further more, they kind of really close out, the last Joker's card as well. I need to listen to Twiztid's Glyph. I need to get onto that. Let's see. I also want to, hear what the new Fear Factor is going to sound like. The new Fear Factor is going to be the new Fear Factor with the newest. When I say that, the newest lead singer is going to be touring with them, and they're going to be actually hitting Dallas in March, if I remember correctly. And I kind of want to hear how I want to know who it is and how it's going to sound, because from what I understand, though, I think Fear Factor is actually going to be choosing a woman to be their front lady. I'm not quite sure. They're kind of keeping it hush hush. And I kind of like that, too, to have that mystery kind of just waiting on it, too. Other than that, though, that's all that really comes to mind off the top of my head. But thanks again, dude. It's good hearing from you. The next question comes from Deathmatch. He asks, what's your favorite Jay Briscoe match in Ring of Honor? Recently, I watched Jay Briscoe versus Samoa Joe at Supercard of Honor 9. Real solid match. An ROH original against, at that time, ROH's current, top guy at the time, too. I mean, it's really hard to find, a good Jay Briscoe matchup because they're all really good. He's the kind of guy that whenever you watch him work, he elevated people. Everybody said that about Jay Briscoe. I mean, hopefully I'm not rinsing words whenever I say this, though, but at the same time, everybody says that Jay Briscoe, was always a positive influence both in the locker room and whenever you worked with him. But, for me personally, though, I gotta tell you, anytime it came to Jay Briscoe and Adam Cole, because Jay Briscoe and Adam Cole, that was a feud right there that was actually not supposed to last long, but Jay Briscoe insisted on more to happen. And I think when it comes to favorite matches, like the favorite Jay Briscoe match from those two, oh man, because they had two really good, solid matches. Whether it be their ladder war that they had, or Fight Without Honor in Final Battle. Honestly, I think Fight Without Honor was probably my favorite though, because Cole was smug. He thought he was gonna, win the ROH World Title back though. Jay Briscoe and him, they left it all in the ring too, which was awesome. I recently just watched it on Ring of Honor's YouTube channel too. I gotta tell you, man, that is a match right there that if you're an Adam Cole fan too, as much as a Jay Briscoe fan, watch those two matches if you can find them. The Fight Without Honor one is the one that's most available. Matter of fact, they showed it on AEW. They actually showed it on Honor Club too. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe. From what I understand, I will say this though, my favorite Briscoe Brothers match was the one that I saw at Final Battle in Dallas, out in Arlington, Texas. I say that though because from what I understand, I believe from what everybody's saying, that was Jay Briscoe's final match that he wrestled too. So, that 10-bell salute though, I don't want to get into it, man. Rest in peace, Jay Briscoe, man. We love you. My boy Galactic Meshes asks, your favorite Cyraxx moment? Oh, that's easy. I've actually got a few. Matter of fact, I'll play them right now.
Known in for over 3, so trust me. No shit, you fucking loser. Shut your fucking mouth. And Marty, you need to back off. You're a narcissistic psychopath that needs to fuck off.
Did you attack Ed?
I did what you wanted to. I demand payment.
That was not.
No! I demand payment now, Nick. I held up my end. Time for you to pay up, bitch. That shows you ain't doing shit. You're a bitch. know if you're into the deal. Here, you want skull scratch? Here you go, nigger boy. Here you go, bitch. You happy, bitch? You're a psycho! You're a pussy! A psychotic bitch that deserves to die! You're a monster! I'm tired of this shit, Kendall! 6 years! You have ruined my life! 6 fucking years! You need to quit! 6 years of my life, Kendall, that you stole away from me. 6 years. I will make sure that you suffer.
What a little whiny baby, man. Seriously, this is what happens whenever you feed delusions of grandeur. This is what insanity looks like. Sure, you may be deformed, you may have been quote-unquote ugly in a way too, but you've got a much uglier personality, Chance. And you are the lolcow of the century. You are above Chris Chan at this point, though. You're beyond the next Chris Chan. Matter of fact, you've set the bar so high for lolcowism. The next question comes from Mandy Jimenez, and she asks, "What's your favorite Faygo?" You know, I haven't had it in years. You know, I really haven't drinking a lot of Faygo in a lot of years. But man, as much as I love Rock and Rye, my first love of Faygo, the first Faygo that I actually tried was just regular Faygo Cola. I used to get it at this place called Top Line here in Grand Prairie, Texas, where I went to school. But hands down, my love is Moon Mist. Mwah. The next question comes from Valius Demonio Unofficial, or Valis. I'm just gonna call you Valis, dude. I can never, pronounce your full username. You ask, "I'm thinking about attending wrestling school. I've done nothing formal, only backyard type work. What should I expect?" Okay. Well, since I'm wearing my Ring of Honor cap too. Let me from somebody who's worked 12 years. I'm gonna say it like this, okay? Your backyard wrestling experience will do absolutely nothing for you. That will do nothing for you. Expect to be tested mentally and physically, because pro wrestling is 90% mental, 10% physical as it looks, okay? You need to be in shape, okay? Now, there's a difference between being in shape and also being in ring shape, and if you stick to it, you will be in both ring shape and in physical shape. Cardio is everything. Also, hit the gym, okay? Oh, excuse me, sorry. Been drinking my coffee. If you hit the gym, you need to look the part, okay? Now, it's good to be able to learn how to work, but you've also got to look the part. So hit the gym and be in shape. You need to be teachable too. You need to be as teachable as you can. You need to be able to listen. Ask a lot of questions. Keep your mouth shut, your ears open. There's no such thing as a stupid question in pro wrestling, okay? Because everything should be asked. If you got a small question about something, because everything in pro wrestling, specifically whenever you're learning how to work, learning how to do this, learning psychology, everything is a question you should always ask, whether you're curious or not. Don't be a mark, okay? You don't want to be a mark, but have knowledge of pro wrestling. Sure, you can be a wrestling fan though. Matter of fact, if you want to be a pro wrestler, why would you not be a pro wrestling fan? Because I'll tell you right now, if you love it that much that you want to do it, then that's where your pro wrestling knowledge can come from. But at the same time too, you don't want to sit there and try to be the next this and that and then boast about it. Use every person's finishing move because you want to be the next guy to be this and that. Don't get me wrong. It's okay to have an inspiration from a worker that you watch, whether it be Triple H, whether it be Darby Allin, whether it be, anybody that you watch in AEW, WWE, Ring of Honor, or something like that. That's okay, but don't be a mark. You won't have your first match. You won't have your first match until your trainers tell you that you're ready. Okay, they're the ones that are going to show you how to. They're the ones that they're going to be teaching you. And they're going to be the ones that are going to say, okay, you know what? You've been practicing enough. You've been doing this. You've been paying your dues. We think you're ready. So be patient. Patience is key. Learning how to bump. That right there is going to shock your body. Okay? A lot of guys and girls out there, man, they're allergic to that mat. And you know what? At first, so will you. But if you want to be good in pro wrestling, you've got to bump. You got to learn how to sell too. You've got to be able to know how to bump and sell and have some respect and sell for your opponent too. Because if you don't, people might take liberties with you. And above all else, I know I said this a lot though, but listen at all times, okay? Listen at all times. That's if you're gonna be in pro wrestling, okay? That's what, you know, you asked me if you're gonna be attending a wrestling school. That's what you should expect too, okay? I wish you the best of luck though. Take care of yourself. Find a good school that's credible. A good school that has actually, you know, turned out some good students. You know, students, you know, that are good around your state. People that have been working for, you know, 5, maybe 6 years, something like that though. A good wrestling school will always, if you ever make headways in the business, and you do really good, then that school will make you look good too. The next question comes from Warlord of Art. Hey, how have you been, dude? And Warlord asks, where do you and the missus want to go for your next vacation? I think any traveling tips and tricks that you have would be pretty cool. Cool. Let's see. I know for my wife wants to take me to Jackson Hole, Wyoming, especially whenever it's cold. I know the in-laws want to go back to Vegas and go back to Utah. If y'all remember, whenever the pandemic started, though, we ended up going to Utah and did a little bit of hiking that way too. I definitely want to go hiking with my father-in-law again, though. Definitely try to, because my father-in-law, he's in his 60s, but he's in phenomenal shape, and I'm trying to get myself in pretty good shape so he and I can go hiking and go do it too. My wife's trying to, you know, work on trying to, you know, get in better shape as well so she can go hiking too. What else? New York is definitely on my bucket list too. So is Salem, Massachusetts as well. But most importantly, above all else, back to Japan. Hands down, back to Japan. And I definitely want to cover a lot more next time I go to Japan too. Go back to Japan. I definitely want to try to go back to Oshihage, you know, where we, number one, where I proposed to my wife, and along with my family too. But hell yeah, just tour all of Japan. And as far as traveling tips and tricks, preparation is key. Always, I mean, number one, save your money. Prep months ahead in advance. Request time off from work. That way, you know, you've also got, you know, money coming in from whenever you're there. And depending how long you are going to be staying over there, even if you're staying there for like maybe 2 weeks, make sure you always have enough money coming in as well, because sometimes, you know, that paycheck that comes through, especially whenever you're there, may not always keep you safe though. But preparation is key. Save your money. Wherever you're going to, pack accordingly. You know, if it's going to be cold, pack warm. If it's going to be hot, pack cool. You know what I mean? Pack some shorts, you know, stuff like that. You know, like I said, pack accordingly. Other than that, explore the sites though. You know, explore tourist traps. You know what I'm saying? Tourist traps, you know, surprisingly, you know, kind of, you know, it's a good way to get yourself introduced, you know, and familiarize, you know, with parts of the town too. Certain places, you know, especially, you know, when it comes to like Tokyo, you should feel good about going off the beaten path in some places. Other places, don't go off the beaten path too much though, because that's how dangerous found. I mean, if you like to live dangerously, then that's your prerogative. But that's not how I would do it though. Other than being in Japan, that's the only place I'd ever go off the beaten path. Other than that, pack accordingly, save money, go off the beaten path in certain places, but most of all, stick together. And finally, Wasteland Warrior 665 asks, favorite wrestler? Man, I gotta tell you though, man, like growing up, and even to right now, man, that literally changes so much though, you know, because, you know, whoever's, you know, hot at the moment though, the ones I'm digging, the ones I always see, you know, the ones I really kind of just keep watching. That's tough though, because I don't think I have an absolute favorite though, but my top 3 will never change. Actually, correction, let me name off. Number 1 being Eddie Guerrero, AJ Styles, Hiroshi Tanahashi. I'm an Okada fan too. I'm a Jay White fan. God, who else? Triple H. He was my original inspiration for getting into pro wrestling. Oh my God. Oh, Walter, or in WWE as Gunta. Shinsuke Nakamura. New Japan Shinsuke. Don't get me wrong, I like WWE Shinsuke, but I love New Japan Shinsuke more than I do. But Shinsuke's really growing into his own in WWE. Claudio Castagnoli, because who isn't? The fucking GOAT Chris Jericho. You know, who wouldn't? Any iteration of Chris Jericho, could ever go wrong. Oh my God, Kawada, Mizawa, can never go wrong with the Undertaker. You know what I mean? And yeah, it changes, but they always get added up, man. But those are my favorite wrestlers. But putting him out though, I think my number one would definitely probably go to be Eddie Guerrero though, because Eddie Guerrero was also, whenever I got into the business when he passed away, he was my inspiration at that time, and I still kind of thrive to be though, because nobody can ever really truly be Eddie. He was so good too, man. He really was. He was in his prime, and just like Jay Briscoe. Matter of fact, an Eddie Guerrero Jay Briscoe match would have been sweet. That would have been a good dream match. Damn, I miss you, Eddie. Viva la raza. And that was Ask Juggalo972. I haven't done one of these in forever. My last one actually being pro wrestling and ending it on a pro wrestling question was a lot of fun too. So thank you to everybody who sent all their questions in, man. I love every last one of y'all. Much love. Peace, God bless, be good to each other. I hope y'all liked the little Simpsons prank call that I did. That was a lot of fun to do. I had way too much fun recording it. I must have recorded that in 5 minutes after about like 5 or 7 takes. I love every last one of y'all. Whoop, whoop.